Welcome, everybody, to Interesting AF, or interesting. This episode's going to be kind of a bummer
Yeah.
because we just, you know what? We've been like talking about joy and great things and celebrity sightings and fun stuff. And we went dark.
I had to
We
take
went
us
dark
down a
for this
peg.
document.
I had to take us down
Yeah.
a peg. I'm sorry, Linda. I'm sorry I did this to you.
It's okay. I understand why you did it. I understand. We need to feel all of our emotions.
We need to feel all of our emotions. We need to connect over the hard stuff too. And listen, I know you're always team orca, so this was just
Oh yeah.
fueling the fire a little bit more
Oh,
for all of our favorite orca verse mega yacht memes.
100%. And now like there was this website that like sold, those like weird websites that made all this merch. And it said like I'm with the orcas. I'm immediately gonna go buy this. I'm with the orcas. Like after that, like before I was like, yeah, they should be like hitting boats. And now I'm like, they should really be hitting boats. I bet you this is why. I bet you this is one
But
of
it
the
all started,
reasons.
yeah, it all started. All started here.
So the documentary we're talking about is Blackfish that came out 2013. It's about an hour and 20 some minutes, and it goes through kind of explains the story of, in essence, SeaWorld. And SeaWorld is the main kind of, you
Offender.
know offender, yeah, but there are other kind of, organizations and parks that were, I think this is, it comes to the crux of like the humans being fascinated by these creatures and us not knowing how to respect them or how to actually interact with them in a way that's not assholey. Or
Right.
I mean, I cry. So anyway, so I don't know if we want to get into it like right away, but tell us why you picked this one, because this one was, because we had another one. It was either Blackfish
Or the Cove. And
or the
both are
Cove.
kind of in the same vein. The Cove is even more brutal than this because the Cove is dolphins. This one is specifically orcas. I think we went with this one because like there's also the ultimate message out of this one. I think is one that like people can wrap their head around a little bit easier. The Cove message is similar too, but like the focus is how they corral dolphins to then be shipped out to different aquariums. And the focus is the absolute inhumane, horrific things that happen to do that. This was more, listen, this one was brutal too. But I think for whatever reason, I have an easier time wrapping my head around watching this one than I ever did watching The Cove because it's just pure brutality in The Cove. And
Mm.
in this one, I think the ultimate bad guy is corporate greed. And a lot of people can like, I think this tells that story very well. Like, I think this documentary did a really interesting and good job of because it would be really easy to victim blame, victims being the trainers, and SeaWorld and did exactly that. There was a lot of victim blaming from the corporate greed side in all of this, and at no point do I blame any of these trainers um for I mean we could look back and say like we used to call them killer whales. It's in the fucking name. Like, what are you doing? But when you watch this documentary, you see like these trainers were kids who had a love of these animals and of marine life and were like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is something like that. This is a job that I could do. And then they did it. And when things start getting squirrely, they're told by their managers and their higher ups and the corporation, like, no, this is fine. This is just, name X, Y, or Z. That's never the behavior of the animal, like repeated behavior of, the fish. But I don't know. I just, this one, I just remember being like appalling, but also very well done. I think CNN Films, has done some really good documentaries in the past. The most disturbing one, I'm totally gonna sidebar this for a second, is what happened to Aunt Diane, which I don't think we will ever watch that one for this. It is holy shit. Like I had nightmares after this one. But CNN Films did it. This is still kind of too like, I think one thing I liked about this, we do a lot of documentaries from like 2012, 2013, but I feel like I was like crushing documentaries back then, but also this is before like the big production
Mm.
budgets that we see now for these like several docu-series and the tense music and the reenactments and all these different things. So it's just an interesting story that was being told to you by the people who lived it and knew the people who died. And I also think I also think it's good because it's a group of people, mostly the trainers, who are like, this was a dream I didn't know I could have. I went, I did it. I now know in hindsight what I was doing was wrong, even though I was told it wasn't. And, now they have an even deeper appreciation for orcas, for marine life. And now they're doing everything in their power to help, as opposed to what they didn't know at the time was absolutely hurting this. So there's a couple of reasons. And like, it's just a fascinating documentary. So, but it's brutal to
And
watch.
yeah, it is. And I think the brutality of it, to your point, is because these SeaWorld and these corporations want to make a ton of money. And they make a ton of money, and I essentially, the protagonist or our hero or our main character is Tilcom, right? He's the one who is the, somewhat like the anti-hero in a way in this thing,
Yeah.
because he's doing all of these, but he's an animal. What is he like? He doesn't know any better, right? Like he's just stuck in a cage. He's been stuck in a cage ever
Far
since
too
he was
small.
small.
That is like so unbelievably far too small.
Yeah.
Separated from his mother, which you learn that adult orcas, like those pods are families. They stay together their entire lives.
Yep.
I think another thing we should mention is like we are millennials. Linda and
Yeah.
I, we're millennials.
Free
We come
Willy.
from the age of Free Willy, man. Like this. So there's like a weird piece of nostalgia. So like they kept referencing Shamu, which Shamu was Free Willy. And so it's just like I was thinking while rewatching this, I was like, I never had a desire to go see this. I never
Yes.
had a desire to go to SeaWorld. I love marine life. I'm scuba certified. We've talked about my obsession with sharks. Like, I love a good aquarium if it's done right and it's educational, as most of them are. Um, but SeaWorld is not an aquarium. It's an
It's
attraction.
not.
It's an amusement park.
Mhm.
And that's a very different thing. But again, like we're millennials. We come from the Free Willy age. And so I think like we have called them both killer whales and orcas. We have seen like the flip of this conservation. And so it's just, I don't know. There was something like oddly nostalgic about it too.
And somebody has talked about this because, like, and if you're not a parent, parenting is changing, right? It's like the era of gentle parenting and things like that. But I think, millennials are a very interesting generation in the sense that we grew up with less information and then started all of a sudden getting more information and being bombarded with information.
Yep.
And I think we need to do a study on this, that we learned how to manage information
Yes.
in real time. And so we have like a classification of like information. Like we know, like I'm sending you a reel, it's stupid. You don't need to see it right now. See it whenever, whatever. You know what I
Sure.
mean? But like if it's the reel I sent you about TMZ asking for pictures for you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh
Oh,
yeah."
so many people sent
You
me
know
that.
what I mean? Like we are so I think we should do a study on actually how millennials manage information, because we were able
Yeah.
to go from killer whales to orcas We were able to
We
go from
grew
SeaWorld, blah, 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 to be like, "Hey, what the fuck? Like, this is not okay."
Yes,
And, like
we grew up with the internet. We remember life in a house without a computer. We remember if you had a computer, you remember it without the internet. You remember landline phones. You remember life without cell phones. Like, we remember that because we were coming of age during all of that. I was not allowed to get a cell phone until I got my driver's license because then I was often driving on my own, and it was my mom got a new cell phone. She gave me her hand me down. Like, it didn't even text. Like, we're talking like brick Nokia phones that never, I mean, that thing would go a week before I had to charge it. Like the fucking
Yeah,
good
yeah,
old days,
yeah.
right? You could play Snake on
Good
it and
old
make phone
days.
calls, and that was it. In fact, I saw this. So I'm going to look up the uh, millennial age range is
Yeah.
they categorize as 81 to 96.
Yep.
30 to 45 years old at this point. There I will I will look this up, but I remember from years ago they were talking about more a smaller subset of us elder millennials that are
Yes,
more
we
the 80s babies, um as being, they called us the lucky ones because of this reason, because we grew up with the internet. We remember both sides of almost no technology in the house. We remember TVs where you had to literally, there were like, you didn't even have remotes. Some of them still had antennas. We remember the old technology, the analog stuff. And we saw the development from cassette tapes to iPods, from like, we were a little young for V8 tracks, but like, I remember watching from VHS to DVD. I remember Laserdisc. They were as big as records.
yes.
We remember records. We remember
We
answering
remember
machines,
vinyls, yeah. Oh, yeah.
right? So,
That's how I learned all of my English, through Michael Jackson vinyls.
oh my God, that's amazing. That's a
That's how
good
I
fun
first
fact
learned
right there.
that's how I
Okay,
learned English, through
next time you
bad.
play Two Truths and a Lie, that needs to be in it.
Yeah.
That's such a good one. But yeah, so like
And then
we
the
are just
second you
like
said Free Willy, I was like, no.
oh my
Always,
gosh.
always with that song chills immediately. You just hear those choirs and you're like, free that goddamn whale. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh, I remember this would have been in the 90s. That movie probably came out, what, 93, 94, maybe.
Yeah, something like
I remember blasting that song in my childhood best friend's house in the living room. We had it on repeat, and one of us would stand on the couch and the other one would throw a stuffed animal over at the exact moment, like just scream singing Michael Jackson.
that is
Steadily there,
awesome. And I
steadily
feel like that was an accurate reenactment of that scene.
is like, that's
So
again,
good.
like millennials, like any millennials listening to this, I know that just hit so hard, it's like hit so close to home.
So
Yeah,
hard.
they talk about us as this like the lucky ones, and I think you're absolutely right. I think I'd also like to think, although not all of us, clearly, but I think we also have a good bullshit radar in when it comes to information. Like, there are
Yes.
still so many times where I'm like, ooh, let me take a pause because this doesn't feel or look exactly right, to dive a little bit deeper before I share, or before, and of course I've shared stuff with you that's clearly AI that I was like, God damn it, they got me. But
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that would be really interesting, is like how we absorb information as millennials who lived through, and we also lived through, we were in high school when 9/11 happened, which was the switch to the 24/7 news cycle. That is what caused the 24/7 news cycle.
Which I think is the worst thing that's ever happened to
The
us.
absolute
We
worst thing on the
don't
planet.
And I was talking to my dad. I was like, why do we think everything is the worst right now when objectively it's not? We are the healthiest, we're the
Living the
wealthiest, we
longest. Yeah.
living the longest, we are have opportunities that we didn't have. We have access to leisure. Obviously, these are different things in different socioeconomic, different countries, but literally, we are at our best time in history, and we think that everything is the worst. And my theory is because we know about it.
Yeah.
We know everything that, like, people in World War II, they didn't know about the casualties immediately. It took long, like, it took radio, it took things like people had to like count, but like now we see it
Immediately.
like
And we see it immediately.
immediate immediately. We
Even without
see
asking
like
for it, we see things we don't want to.
yeah. And
So
you know what, people, turn off your autoplay feature on Instagram because
I didn't even know that was a thing I could do.
yeah,
My God, I'm doing that like right
because
now.
and also everybody that does like that puts a fucking like horrible video up, put a trigger warning before it. Go like, this is disturbing, so I have enough time to fucking scroll away. Like, I don't need to see people getting hurt. I can read about it, fine, and I want to bear witness, but like, give me the option to choose.
Right.
No, thank you.
Right. Yeah.
But speaking of not being able to choose,
Big long rant.
as I was watching this, um there was a orca dick that just showed up in the middle of the screen, and I was like, "What the
Hello.
fuck?" And that was my what the fuck moment. I was very shocked and very um dismayed that I saw a um orca dick without wanting to or without really meaning to, and I did not get a trigger warning, Elaine. I was not
Yeah, but
warned
like,
that there was,
oh,
and I was like, and so I was sick earlier the week, and it was good because I actually watched it while I was sick, and it was like, to a certain degree, you already feel shitty, and you're like, this is shit. So I could deal with it, but then all of a sudden I'm watching, I'm like, that's a dick. That's a weird. Like, I was like, what? What's happening to me? So that's my what the fuck meter. That now I know what an orca dick looks like.
yeah, you do. You'll spend the rest of your
So
life.
exactly. It's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10. What the fuck? Because it was a combination of,
Thank
oh
God
my
you
God,
said
is
that.
that
'Cause
what
for a
I'm
half a
looking?
second, I was like, are you talking about the dick? 10 out of 10.
Is that what I'm looking at? That's what I'm looking at. That's right. And yeah. So that was my what the fuck moment. Because essentially what they were using him for was a semen. They needed a breeder. And they had a breeder and they used him. And something like, I remember something that was an interesting thing that the documentary showed, that basically 50% of orcas that are within the SeaWorld kind of network are descendants of Tilcom, like
Yep.
50% of them,
Yep.
which is bananas because he was aggressive, and he wasn't aggressive because he was made that way. He's just frustrated and like had like, was doing it. But like, you know what? I just, something that I saw, he was nicknamed Tilly, which
Yes.
obviously is where they got Willie from, which I didn't know that. I just saw that. Because I was like, how do
um,
you say Tillicum?
but they also mentioned like any actual like certified well-known marine biologist breeder never would have breeded Tillicum because of his aggressive history. Like that was another piece to the puzzle. I think they say that as they're showing that like family tree that you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um, another, I think for me, like the first time I watched this, the real what the fuck moment for me, two of them. One is what the fuck because like it's one of those like I just close my eyes and shake my head, like it hurts my heart when they have the undercover footage of every single one of the workers lying about how long orcas live and then that they die
Yeah.
even earlier in the wild. Like, get fucked. So I hate that part because I'm like, this is, again, this is the corporate greed. They are fucking lying to you. This is not an educational place. Um, they just want to make money. And then the other one is the footage of not Tillicum, but oh my gosh, I just forgot the whale's name that starts with the K, but one of his offspring,
Yeah.
when he's constantly dragging the trainer underwater for like minutes at a time for like
Yeah.
20 to 30 minutes. And the trainer is just like super chill, super calm, like using his like advanced scuba, you know, like just held onto his feet and fun. And every time he'd come up, he's just catching his breath, petting him, saying like, listen, man, like, you know me, like, let me go, let me. And that went on for 20 to 30 minutes. And I think what pisses me off so much about they kept hiding all of this, like there's footage of the trainer in San Diego getting, toppled in half, which was a very
Yes.
clearly very targeted attack. They've known for 20 years that this stuff happens and that it's not an accident. And they keep blaming the trainers, and they keep letting little children be traumatized by this shit. And it's not just the
Yes.
children. Everybody that's in there is traumatized by this. If you're there and a trainer gets pulled in the water by their arm or their foot and they're not supposed to be, and everyone's like, they're pushing you out of that stadium, that's horrifying and terrifying.
Horrifying.
And like everybody in that little arena is now traumatized by what you just, and you knew that this could and would happen, and you allowed children to continue to come in there and be traumatized as they're watching what they think is this majestic, amazing creature drag a person under the water for 2 minutes at a time, playing with them like they're a little toy. And not only are they traumatized, but they come out of there thinking orcas are evil, and they come out fearful of them. Listen, we know my favorite movie is Jaws. It's the most perfect movie ever made. Project Hail Mary is coming pretty fucking close, let me tell you. But
okay,
Jaws
so now
is
it's a Project Hail Mary episode.
Yeah, we're just gonna do an entire episode on it.
We'll do. You know what? We're gonna talk about.
Episode.
You know what? Done. Next episode. Project Hail
We'll
Mary.
talk about the book. We'll talk about the movie. We'll talk about book to movie adaptations. Like, we're just gonna fucking gush about it because
we're gonna do it.
God damn it.
And if Ryan Gosling is listening to this,
or Eva Mendes, anyone,
or even yes, please. Yo hablo español un poquito. We can do it in Spanish.
Yeah, there's our next episode right there. But
there's our next episode. Thanks for that.
Easy. Jaws is a perfect movie, but what I hated is that it's still like people are still terrified of sharks to this day. And yes, they're predators. They are scary, but like same thing with orcas. And we need to remember that when we go in the ocean, when we go in their home, we are the trespassers. Okay. Like it's in their nature. There are zero incidents of orcas killing humans in the wild. No. Zero. The only places that has ever happened is in captivity. That's another what the fuck moment in that documentary.
I think the major issue in a way is we assume that animals think like us when they display any type of intelligence. Yeah, they're intelligent because they're intelligent. They're in the sea, whatever. But I'm like, they are still like, we are the top predator for a reason. It's because our brains evolved differently, right? We
have free will.
Gossip. We were able to gossip. It was literally gossip. And we were able to create an imagined reality in a way that animals cannot. And therefore, we can create, for example, the concept is we go every 4 p.m. this predator is here, so avoid that spot. We are able to project ourselves in time. We are able to share information that keeps us safe in time. And that's how we were able to become top predator on the planet. Roughly, this is kind of an explanation or one of the theories that people have around it.
Sure.
Like orcas, yes, you can see like my other what the fuck moment was how they captured them.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like nuts, but you would see that the orcas would split up and would understand that they would adapt. They would adapt, but that's just, they couldn't adapt in time, right? They couldn't adapt in real time because they were like, oh, you're not separating the calves. Like they want the calves, but you need to like have. So like yes, they're intelligent, but they're not intelligent enough to evade us. And therefore, they're not intelligent enough or I don't want to use the word sentient because they feel things, but like they don't have like going, I'm not going to hurt this person because it's not their fault. It's a trainer and it's,
Right.
they're not
They don't
going to
know.
have, they don't know. They're not going to be, they're not going to, they see this person as a way to like send a message, which is how they,
or they see like when they talk about the day that Dawn Brochard, I can't remember. I hope I'm saying her last name correctly. The day that she was killed, they walk through kind of where they think things went wrong. And it starts with him missing a cue to come get your food. He keeps going around waving because they think he was underwater essentially, except for the pectoral fin. So they think he missed the whistle. Then he keeps going. And because he didn't do exactly what was asked of him, he didn't get rewarded with the fish. And they were saying they also can hear when ice starts jangling down at the bottom, they're getting less handfuls of fish. They know that their food supply is becoming shorter because they're also not in their natural habitat, and they're not hunting, which is what they are born to do. They get frustrated. Again, because they don't have a human brain, their immediate reaction is, I'm frustrated. This is how I know how to react to that. This is how I know how to respond to that. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's no bueno. And again, that's not victim blaming at all. It's just, it is in their nature. And if SeaWorld had made sure that they were all surrounded by the right researchers, the knowledgeable people on these incredible species, like maybe a lot of these could have been avoided. I still think we would be stopping them in captivity, which I'll do an update at the end of this. It's kind of where that is at this point. But I think this all comes down to corporate greed, like at the end of the day. And it's an animal. You should know better. And they should have known better. Not the trainers, but everyone surrounding them.
But one of the things, like, it's exactly like the Ocean Gate disaster, right? People were, you see like a succession of decisions that are made, despite the fact that you have these hits, and you're like, he dragged a woman under the water in British Columbia, right? Or wherever it was in Sealand, the original.
Yes.
Right? But they still took him. They still sold him. They still gave him to SeaWorld. So they needed a breeder. And then there were multiple incidents that happened where they were like, it's okay. Oh, this random homeless guy got eaten and killed. But that's okay. And then still, even after Dawn, like even if it's an accident, you should be thinking about. I love how OSHA was involved. Like, it's like the random, like, you're like, yeah, because it is a job, like it's a job, right? And I think you see the concept of corporate greed going, people don't matter. And even if these people were hurt, they knew what they were doing, and they were,
they were misled.
They knew the day. You know what I mean? And I got more angry, and yes, I'm team orca and all of that, but I got more angry when I saw the footage of both the people on the news and the people in the courtroom kind of blaming Dawn.
I
was like,
it was her ponytail.
Fuck off. No, it wasn't. He grabbed her by her shoulder. Like, you see the video. Like, see, he grabs her by her shoulder, not her ponytail.
But she's not here to defend herself, so it's really easy for them to say that.
Of course, but also you guys, you just didn't want to like shut down your park, and you didn't want to like. It was just, I don't know. And then the people defending it, and the people like, I'm like, I hope it's again.
The lawyer for SeaWorld that was up on the stand when the prosecutor is like, This is a killer whale. They are capable of killing, are they not? And her response was, you're a man, you're capable of rape. Do I think all men are rapists? And the judge was like, we're going to strike that because that is a ridiculous fucking response.
Ridiculous fucking, but also like evil, also fucking
horrible.
evil. Like, do you not have,
especially when this whale had several incidents of aggression already on the books that they tried to sweep under the rug and delete.
I will say though, badass response. Just, you know, just
like
I'm a feminist.
It is what I can't figure out is like, was that in the moment, like spur of the moment, or had they practiced that? Like because they had to know that question was coming, right? Like, did they murder board this and they were like, get back at him, like you go girl, like, you know.
And I was like, you know, I was like, badass response, but I'm like, does that make me a bad person? That I kind of laughed a little bit like at that because I was like badass, but no, you're evil. Like, don't do it. Oh,
like
man.
Any human is capable of murder.
Yeah, any human is capable of murder.
So
also great book.
Get the response, but
have you read Something Fatal Happened on the Way to the Colosseum?
No.
It is a book about the history of murder.
Oh.
So basically, yeah.
What?
So basically, it's a book about
how we Goodreads right now.
How we dealt with murder in ancient Rome and how we like classified it as society, like in Western civilization. Because they were like, basically her whole premise was like, murder didn't become an offense until way later in time. And so murder has been happening consistently and constantly. And she's like, even the definition for murder is like fraught. Like, it's a great, like, it's an interesting book in the sense of like, it's a historical, like, it's nonfiction, but it's like a historical treatise on murder.
All right. You have to, I'm looking up the
title.
I don't see that title. So you're
Hold
gonna
on,
have to
I have it.
Yeah. Cause that sounds
you know, I got my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I love it.
But you know,
I think you on Goodreads. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't do the Goodreads. Is it because like it's public? I don't know. Maybe I just like my my smut to
you want your smut for yourself.
Yeah, a fatal thing happened on the way to the Forum: Murder in Ancient Rome by Emma Suthon. Anyway, I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I see. All right.
Speaking of murder, but that was a little, but like essentially, like it's talking about how murder, like, and how because like in the Colosseum, you killed people. Like Julius Caesar was stabbed, and nobody was really prosecuted for it. Like, and how the concept of political violence started, and the concept started in ancient Rome. Like, because of
course it did.
And it's a wild book in the sense of how she does it and how she exposes the concept of the definition of.
Okay.
So that's just the beginning. It gets good. Anyway, I don't know why I haven't told you about that book because
sounds fascinating.
But anyway, speaking of murder, okras and okras. I love okras.
I love okra.
But orcas all the way because they are the victim here. The trainers are the victims. And a faceless corporation just wants more money for like, and also people, why are we going, like, why are you trying, what? And, you know, I was thinking about this. What is so cool about being splashed by an animal for 45 seconds, standing in line?
It was such a big thing.
Right? But why?
So big. It was so huge. Oh, we never did it. I've never stepped foot inside a SeaWorld. I don't want to. Like, no shade if that was something you did and wanted to do when we were younger. It was huge. Everybody knew about it. Everybody.
Yeah, Shamu. Like, I remember Shamu. Like, Shamu was like such a big. Is Shamu like a a descendant of Tilikum?
No, Shamu is much older than Tilikum.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Tilikum is a Sagittarius, by the way. December
Shit.
1981.
Shit.
Oh, good Lord. But yeah,
Yeah,
I really,
they're not related, but Shamu was like the originator of this. Like that's what like
yeah,
that's
it's how it all started.
it's how it all started. They used that name for like a ton of orcas. Like there of course there was like one original Shamu, but there were several Shamus. And
Ah,
then
okay. I didn't know
because
that.
like yeah. But yeah, Tilikum came later.
Ah, okay.
So
But
yeah,
uh
brutal.
brutal. I think I enjoyed this documentary in the sense that it like brought
Awareness,
not only awareness,
anger,
but like okra penises. I don't know.
grow penises.
I that's Blackfish, and that's all I'm going to think about now. And the destruction of our natural habitat. But I just I enjoyed it because it exposed something that I didn't really know about in a way that I could tangibly like understand. And I don't know how to explain this. Like remember The Good Place?
Of
Like
course.
when he gets the Book of Dugs and he finally realizes there's a whole slew why people aren't spoiler alert everybody, why people aren't getting in the good place at a rate that they used to was because of the unintended consequences
My
of their
least favorite
actions.
phrase, but
Right?
necessary.
It's like he talks about it. He's like
Mhm.
somebody in the 1500s got flowers for his grandma for her birthday and he got a ton of points. But now he does it at the same thing and he is knocked down a couple points because of all these like the slave labor that is behind the flowers that he bought, the phone he ordered it through a phone that was done with child labor. There's all these things, and I think this documentary exposes that unintended consequence of all of that. Like people that went to SeaWorld at the time didn't understand the concept. They
No.
didn't understand
Or
what
the
was going on.
consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just they wanted to go and have a vacation and have a good time and see something that they would otherwise never see ever. Right. It's cool to see a killer whale, right? It's fun. Or an orca. Like it's fun to see. And they would never see it otherwise, but at what price? And that's the price that a lot of people that passed away had given, people that got hurt, people that are, and I hope the people that are working to preserve it, like, win sometimes. And I know you were going to give an update
Yeah, so I
on,
think that's a good segue into like, are they still doing these shows? Like how, so obviously after all of this, we see at the end that um they stopped doing any show, like they didn't stop the shows, but the trainers were no longer allowed in the water with them. They were like behind barriers and they just did like the waving and the thing and the, jumping up to hit the ball type of thing. As of this year, 17 to 18 orcas remain across its US parks. For this is specific to SeaWorld, San Diego, Orlando, San Antonio, living out their lives while performing Orcas Encounter, which is an educational presentation instead of a theatrical show. There is no new breeding. So they announced 10 years ago in 2016 that it will cease breeding orcas, meaning no new orcas will be born at their facilities. So what I assume that means, because they also can't corral them into these coves anymore, is that when these 17 to 18 orcas pass away, that will end. I hope these orca encounters. Yeah, the orcas. So this is the last generation. The orcas currently living at SeaWorld will remain in their care for the rest of their lives. Corky is one of the famous ones in San Diego. Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of animal advocacy groups who would like these orcas released into the wild, although it sounds like these were all born in captivity and they literally wouldn't know. I mean, I think they would figure it out, right? Like they adapt because it's about survival.
Yeah.
And what we do know is orcas and dolphins very similarly, like they feel emotion, they feel connection. They are two species outside of the human race that also have exammples of homosexuality in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they fall in love.
They
They stay
marry each other's blowholes. Sorry.
You had to.
Sorry. I
Had
had
to.
to.
So, it's not to say that like pods wouldn't adopt some of these, born in captivity orcas, but it sounds like these will be the last generation. So, and again, like we will have lived through the entire generations of SeaWorld orcas, right? Like that's
Yep.
another thing millennials can be tied to forever. So,
Ah,
yeah,
wild times. I mean,
wild times.
I enjoyed it, and I think I'm really excited about our next episode. We're gonna just nerd
Bring the
out on
joy back.
bring the joy back, talk about Project Hail Mary. I feel like after that, we should do another like either a film doc or a space doc, just to like
I'm down.
and to find one. Oh my god! Or we could do a multitude of ones. We could do the dinosaur one that everybody's talking about. Steven
We haven't watched it
Spielberg.
yet.
We haven't watched it either.
It's supposed to be so good.
So good. And somebody said it online was like, it's narrated by Morgan the Freeman.
Yes, yeah. That was. Have you watched the bloopers of him doing some of the narrating?
Yes, I have.
It's like, I'm Morgan fucking Freeman. I do what the fuck I want. And I was like, I want this as my ringtone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So funny.
It's supposed to be so good. So yeah, we'll think about that.
Yeah, let's think about that.
Because I think we can, because like my entire algorithm is now Project Hail Mary, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Interstellar, Hans Zimmer, and space stuff. Like, I think I just sent it to you where like aliens who would be 65 million light years away would look at Earth and see the dinosaurs. Pause with that. Sit with that for a fucking second.
Sit with
time dilation and all that shit is my fucking favorite. Yeah. All right. I'll save some of this because like we came home and watched every space movie after Project Hail Mary, which we are going to see again, by the way.
Oh yeah. Same here.
I know it just came out, but the book is an 11 out of 10. The movie's an 11 out of 10. Obviously there will be spoilers. We cannot recommend the book and or the movie enough. You have a week.
Get your butt out there. Get your butt out there.
It's double thumbs down. Full good.
Double thumbs down.
Amaze. Fist my bum.
Fist my bum.
Rocky hate Mark. It's like one of the best lines.
Or like when he goes, Meryl can really do anything.
She can. We notice.
Yes, we did. We know. We know.
Queen Meryl.
But yeah, thanks so much for joining us for a bummer episode. But I think we learned a lot, right? Well, at least there are consequences, right?
Save the whales.
Save the whales.
I think we can only do that much before we get in trouble. So,
That's it. Yeah. I'm also, I hear Michael Jackson's estate is extremely litigious, but they're going to do the Michael biopic.
Oh, they're showing that at IMAX too, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go see it on that. I'm going. I'm absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%. I have to go see MJ. No way. Oh. Again, I learned English that way.
We should. It's a documentary, so I'm putting This Is It on the list.
Oh, I've seen that.
We're gonna do it.
Also, I've seen everything of a lot of Michael Jackson, and I would recommend you guys to watch the making of Thriller.
Absolutely.
It's such a good. I guess it would be a document. It's considered a documentary. It's
not
long, but it's so good, and it's like it's kind of the way that I wasn't scared of the video.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I see what it is, but like. It's just so good. It's such a good documentary. Like Thriller.
We're gonna be in New York City for Halloween again this year. And
Really?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna let the little one stay up so he can see we'll go to the parade. It's on a Saturday this year, so I'm gonna let him
Oh,
dress up. We're gonna take him to the parade. My cousin's been dying to take him, and I want to make sure that we're in a spot where we can see the Thriller
the
dance.
Thriller, like,
'Cause that's like the most
dance.
famous part of the New York City Halloween parade.
So cool. Every time I see that, like, I can't believe people can, like, manage to do that.
I've never seen it in person, so I think
Yeah,
I
I've
think
always
we're gonna
seen
have to make
videos.
that happen this year.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So
Yeah,
we'll
so
see.
we should this is it. We'll add this is it at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe around when that movie comes out. We should.
Okay. I like that. Which is
Yeah.
soon. I think it comes out soon.
Yeah, it comes out mid-April.
Sweet.
So,
It's
yeah.
showing on IMAX, and I think I need to go. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen the Cirque du Soleil Michael show.
But I have it.
It was
I have
great.
to go see that. Yeah, I
It was
heard
great.
some good things.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna go back to joy. We're gonna go back to space. We're gonna go back to hope. Because I
Yes.
feel like this
And
documentary
friendship.
also I'll watch you sleep.
Stupid fucking
And if any Academy members are watching, just give Ryan Gosling
For
all your love.
Christ's sake.
All of them.
Jesus. No
All
one.
of them.
No. If there is a movie that comes out this year that is somehow more well done than that, like I will give credit where credit is due. I just don't know where the fuck that's going to come from. Although I will say I have been beating my chest every single day to the war chant from the Dune 3 trailer. And for Christ's sake, again, if you fuckers don't give Hans Zimmer a goddamn Academy Award, I'm gonna fucking flip a table. He didn't win for Interstellar. He's never won. And the fact that he didn't win for Interstellar, I'm getting on a soapbox. Holy shit, I'm so angry right now. He
have you
didn't win for
ever
Interstellar,
seen
which is the most insane fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Every tick tock on Miller's Planet is a fucking day on Earth. They did the science in the music. Guys,
have
I'm
you
embracing my inner nerd so hard these days. Hans Zimmer did the music for this movie too. Give him his fucking award. Give it to him. Or sorry, for Dune, specifically talking about Dune. But like Dune 3, the trailer came out during Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And that war chant and that music, I have literally been beating my chest. Like every morning I wake up and I find some Instagram video who's got the war chant on it. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I cannot wait until fucking December to see the conclusion of Dune. And no, I will not read the book. I can't do it. I've tried. It's terrible. It's not a
There's
terrible book. It's a lot.
there is like an Instagram account, and I have to find it. I don't know it, but he basically like it's like this music producer, and he's like listening to like the music of like whatever movies, and it's like him making fun of like Hans Zimmer for like going so hard on the
Yes, yes,
Lion
yes,
King or
yes.
something. And I'm like, how like this guy has shaped so many things, and I
Gladiator.
cannot believe the man has not like what? Like, and this reminds me of the whole concept of having to make the Academy members actually watch the movies they were like voting for. And you're
Come on.
like, maybe you guys just weren't listening.
Yeah. Okay, so he won for The Lion King. Fair.
Thank God.
And for
Thank God.
Dune 1. Also
Okay.
fair. It was like, but he didn't
Why didn't
did
he
he
win
not
for
win for
Interstellar? I mean,
Gladiator.
Interstellar. Gladiator, yeah. But what other movie was that year? Like, I feel like we used to have like actual contenders. Like, there were really good movies up against each other before.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all of them, like, I mean, was Marty Supreme really supposed to be up? Like, I haven't watched it, I'll say that, but was it really supposed to be there?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the freaking movies in Hans Zimmer's catalog are really 12 Years a Slave, all of the fucking Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Oh my god,
My
he did
God,
a
yeah.
Kung Fu Panda music?
He should be having all of the awards. Like all of them.
All of them. This is ridiculous. Hold on. Who? What year was, guys, we're on a tangent. I'm sorry. I really don't care.
It's okay. We'll wrap it up. We just want to know.
Who won Best Original Score in 2000? So would it be 2000? Oh, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
See, that was good.
It was a good movie.
That was a good movie. And that was a great soundtrack. Wow, this guy's prolific.
He's an institution. He's a fucking institution.
He did Rain Man, Twister, Driving Miss Daisy.
I mean, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is good, but you know what? Like no one uses as an Instagram fucking music. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That's right. He was also A League of Their Own.
Oh my God, there's no crying in baseball. Fucking classic
He
movie.
did Cool Runnings.
Get the come, Dear Academy. Get fucked.
Just
oh my God. What I mean?
Ooh.
Insane. He was also up against John Williams and The Patriot's a very good movie, but like John Williams is also fucking masterful. Yeah. But Gladiator, man, how did Gladiator not win?
I have no idea. It did win the Golden Globe though.
For original score?
Yeah. But it was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Score.
Come on. And Interstellar.
Yeah. Hannibal. Something's
gotta
give. He did something.
He also did Inception. He also did something. And he did It's Complicated. He's done a bunch of Nancy Myers movies.
He did his, like, if you look at there's just a page that's called Hans Zimmer discography. Like, it's not within his, like, page.
I love it.
It's its own separate page. And it's separated with decades. So it's like 1980s, 1990s. And this guy isn't just doing like one or two good films per decade. He's like per year.
Okay, so
wait, should we talk about Hans Zimmer at some point?
Yes, because
The Holiday. He did The Holiday.
Christ almighty. 2015 was the year that Interstellar was nominated for Best Original Score. And I fucking love Wes Anderson movies. But you cannot tell me that the Grand Budapest Hotel soundtrack is better than Interstellar.
It's not, even though Grand Budapest Hotel is my favorite movie ever.
Our best friend as well. I love that movie. Definitely top 3 Wes Anderson movies. But
I don't know why that movie just resonates.
It's so good.
So good. And I can't even explain to you why it's my favorite movie. I'm just like, it's my favorite
movie. You don't have to. I get it. I love Wes Anderson movies. I've seen every single one at least twice.
Same. So good.
Okay. All right. I'm
on that end.
I'm amped.
Yes, please.
I'm sweating.
Please give
I'm angry.
Please give Ryan and Hans all the awards all the time.
I hope Dune 3 is. I think Dune 3 should be out in time for your consideration for the.
Isn't it June?
No, December 18th.
Oh, isn't January the end?
Yeah, so I think it's fine.
Okay.
December 18th is going to be, they're calling it Doomsday because both Avengers Doomsday and Dune comes out that day. It's the same as like, it's the new Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be spending like 6 hours at the movies that day between those two movies. So
yeah, fine. I get that. I'll probably only watch the Marvel ones, but not a Dune fan. But I respect the Dune-dom, as it were.
I'm going to throw out.
My husband likes it. My husband likes them. Maybe he'll go with you.
Okay. Come on. That's fine by me. I'm going to throw out a super unpopular opinion.
Do it.
I like Dune movies more than I like any Star Wars movies.
I've never watched a Star Wars movie.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. Every December, I rewatch however many Dune movies are out. So come like after Thanksgiving.
I don't think that's as an unpopular opinion as you think it is.
I think some people are going to come at me. I love Star Wars.
Because I think Star Wars and Dune are a product of their times. Right?
Yeah, original Dune is trash. Like original 80s Dune is cult classic, like, but it's meh. These movies are films.
Yeah. Films. So I think they're a product of their 100%. Time as opposed to like, anything else. But
no, I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big loving these Dune movies. I think they're spectacular. So I'm
No,
excited.
can't
Great.
wait. Everybody go watch
Nerd
Project Hail
rage.
Mary, read the book in the meantime, or listen to it. Apparently the narration is, I have to do that next.
Ray Porter.
And I will also confess to everybody before we end that I did not finish the book before I went to watch the movie. Yes, I am a
Got so
monster.
close. You got
I
so
got
close.
so close. I had 75 to like 60 pages left, and I just didn't have time because I have a job. And yeah, and I'm a monster, and that is the shame and the rock that I will carry with me until the end of days. And we'll talk about it next episode.
Yes, we
But
will.
thank thank you again for, joining us today. I hope that this documentary reminded you that we are part of an ecosystem and there's still hope. We can still do things. We can still change and improve the world. And you are, as it were, the change you want to see in the world. And with
The
that
man in the
note,
mirror, if you will.
that's right. Ooh.
Hey. My metaphorical lighter in the air. My lighter is in the air.
Now it's the phones I hear.
Fuck that. Give me a lighter any day.
Yeah, I know, right? And with that, Elaine, take us out.
Stay interesting.